Love. It's a word that carries a world of meanings, emotions, and experiences. But what exactly is love? Is it just a feeling, a biological impulse, or something deeper, perhaps even divine? Philosophers have been asking these questions for centuries, trying to unravel the mysteries of love. From the ancient dialogues of Plato to the existential musings of modern thinkers, the concept of love has evolved, shaped by the times and the minds that have pondered its meaning. Today, we embark on a journey through the history of philosophy to explore how love has been understood, questioned, and redefined over the ages. We'll start with the foundational ideas of platonic love, move through Aristotle's views on love and friendship, delve into the Enlightenment's romantic ideals, and confront Nietzsche's bold critiques. Finally, we'll explore how contemporary philosophers view love in our complex modern world. Whether you're a romantic at heart or a curious thinker, this journey through the philosophy of love promises to challenge your perceptions, deepen your understanding, and perhaps even change the way you think about love itself. So let's begin our journey. From Plato to the present, let's discover what love truly means through the lens of philosophy. To begin our journey through the philosophy of love, we must start with one of the most influential thinkers in Western philosophy, Plato. Plato's ideas on love, especially those expressed in his work, The Symposium, have shaped how we understand the concept of love even today. In The Symposium, Plato presents love as a force that transcends the physical and the material. The dialogue takes place at a banquet where several notable Athenians, including Socrates, discuss the nature of love, what the Greeks called eros. Each speaker offers a different perspective, but it's Socrates who, drawing on the teachings of the priestess Diotima, introduces the idea of love as a ladder of ascent. Plato describes love as a journey that begins with physical attraction, an appreciation for the beauty of a particular person. But this is just the first step. From here, love leads us to appreciate the beauty of all bodies, then the beauty of the soul, the beauty of laws and institutions, and ultimately, the beauty of knowledge itself. The highest form of love, according to Plato, is not love for an individual, but love for the form of beauty, the eternal, unchanging truth. This idea, often referred to as platonic love, is not about romance or physical attraction. Instead, it's about the soul's yearning for truth, wisdom, and the divine. For Plato, true love is a path to enlightenment, a way to connect with the eternal and the infinite. Today, we often use the term platonic love to describe a deep, non-romantic friendship. But in its original sense, platonic love is much more profound. It's about striving for a love that transcends the physical, reaching towards the purest form of beauty and truth. Plato's vision of love challenges us to look beyond the surface, to seek a deeper connection with the world and with ourselves. It asks us to consider, what are we truly in love with? Is it the fleeting beauty of the material world, or is it the eternal beauty of wisdom and truth? As we move forward in our exploration, remember Plato's ladder of love, an ascent from the physical to the divine. It's a journey that begins with desire, but ultimately leads to the highest form of understanding. Following in Plato's footsteps, but charting his own course, Aristotle offers a different perspective on love and relationships. While Plato focused on love as a pathway to the divine, Aristotle grounded his philosophy in the practical, everyday aspects of human life, particularly in his exploration of love and friendship. In his Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle discusses love within the broader context of friendship, or philia, which he considers one of the most important aspects of a good and virtuous life. For Aristotle, true friendship, which he often equates with love, is essential to living well and achieving eudaimonia, or human flourishing. Aristotle identifies three types of friendship: friendships of utility, based on mutual benefit; friendships of pleasure, where individuals enjoy each other's company; and friendships of the good, the highest form of friendship, where two people share a deep mutual respect for each other's character and virtues. In friendships of the good, Aristotle argues, love is not just a matter of feelings or attraction, it's about a mutual recognition and appreciation of the other person's moral virtues. These relationships are rare, but when they occur, they are enduring and deeply fulfilling because they are based on something stable and lasting, the character and goodness of both individuals. While friendships of utility and pleasure are common and can be valuable, Aristotle believes that they are inherently unstable, as they are based on temporary factors like mutual need or enjoyment. In contrast, friendships of the good are stable because they are rooted in the enduring qualities of the individuals involved. For Aristotle, love and friendship are intertwined in this highest form of relationship. When we love someone as a true friend, we wish the best for them, not for our own sake, but for theirs. It's a selfless form of love that enriches both individuals and contributes to a life of virtue. As we continue our journey through the philosophy of love, Aristotle reminds us that the most profound and enduring love is found not in fleeting passions or material gains, but in the deep, mutual respect of a true friendship, where love becomes a reflection of our own best selves. As we move forward in our journey through the philosophy of love, we enter a period of profound change, the Enlightenment. This era, marked by reason, individualism, and a questioning of traditional authority, brought about a transformation in how love was understood, particularly in the context of romantic relationships. One of the key thinkers of this period, Immanuel Kant, approached love with the same rigor he applied to questions of morality and duty. Kant saw love not merely as a feeling, but as a principle tied to moral action. For him, love must be governed by reason and should respect the autonomy of others. Kant distinguished between two kinds of love: love as passion, which he saw as potentially dangerous and irrational, and love as benevolence, which he regarded as a duty. Kant believed that true love is expressed through acts of kindness and respect, rather than through intense emotions. In his view, romantic love should be based on mutual respect and a commitment to each other's moral well-being. Kant's ideas were revolutionary for his time, emphasizing the importance of treating one's partner as an equal, with their own goals and aspirations. This notion of love as a partnership between equals would later influence modern conceptions of romantic relationships. But while Kant's rational approach to love emphasized duty and respect, the romantic movement that followed brought emotion and passion to the forefront. The Romantics celebrated love as a powerful, almost mystical force, something that could transcend the mundane and elevate the soul. Romantic love became associated with intense, often idealized feelings, and the notion of a soulmate who completes us. This shift from the Enlightenment's rational love to the Romantic era's passionate love reflected broader changes in society, where individual emotions and personal fulfillment became increasingly important. The Romantics saw love as something that could defy reason, break social conventions, and even lead to suffering, yet they also saw it as the ultimate expression of human experience. So while Kant gave us a framework for understanding love as a respectful, rational commitment, the Romantics reminded us that love can also be wild, consuming, and deeply emotional. Together, these perspectives offer us a fuller understanding of love, one that balances the heart and the mind, passion and reason. As we venture further into our exploration of love through the eyes of philosophy, we arrive at one of the most controversial thinkers in Western thought, Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche's views on love, like much of his philosophy, are complex, challenging, and often unsettling. He was not interested in preserving the romantic ideals of love, but rather in questioning and deconstructing them. For Nietzsche, love was not the idealized, ennobling force that the Romantics celebrated. Instead, he saw love as something that could be manipulative, possessive, and even destructive. In his writings, Nietzsche often critiques love as a form of power play, a way in which people assert control over one another. Central to Nietzsche's philosophy is the idea of the will to power, the fundamental force that drives all human behavior. He argued that love, like other human desires, is an expression of this will to power. Rather than being purely selfless or virtuous, love can often be about domination, control, or even the sublimation of one's own weaknesses. Nietzsche was deeply skeptical of the traditional sentimental notions of love. He believed that these ideals often masked darker truths about human nature. For example, he critiqued the Christian concept of love, which he saw as promoting weakness and self-sacrifice, rather than strength and self-affirmation. In contrast to these conventional views, Nietzsche championed the idea of self-overcoming and the creation of one's own values. He argued that true love should not be about losing oneself in another person, but about empowering oneself. For Nietzsche, love should be an affirmation of life, a force that strengthens rather than weakens the individual. Nietzsche's critique of love is ultimately a call for honesty and self-awareness. He challenges us to look beyond the romanticized ideals and to confront the true nature of our desires and motivations. Love, in Nietzsche's view, should not be an escape from reality, but a way of engaging with it more deeply and authentically. While Nietzsche's views on love may seem harsh or even cynical, they offer a powerful reminder. Love is not just about surrendering to emotion, it's also about self-mastery, strength, and the courage to face the truth about ourselves and our relationships. As we enter the modern era, the philosophical understanding of love has continued to evolve, reflecting the complexities and challenges of contemporary life. Today, love is not just seen through the lenses of passion, duty, or power, but as a multifaceted and dynamic force that intersects with identity, culture, and society. Modern philosophy brings a diverse array of perspectives on love, often challenging traditional norms and exploring how love relates to freedom, authenticity, and self-realization. Let's begin with the existentialists, particularly Simone de Beauvoir and Jean-Paul Sartre, who explored the complexities of love in a world where individuals are fundamentally free. For Sartre and Beauvoir, love is a complex interplay between freedom and dependence. Sartre famously wrote that hell is other people, highlighting the tension that arises when our freedom encounters the freedom of others. In love, this tension is magnified as we navigate the delicate balance between being ourselves and being for another person. Beauvoir, in her seminal work, The Second Sex, further examines how love can be a site of both liberation and oppression, particularly for women. She argues that traditional gender roles often limit women's freedom, making love a form of self-sacrifice rather than mutual recognition and respect. Beauvoir advocates for a love that respects the freedom and autonomy of both partners, allowing them to grow and flourish together. Moving forward, we encounter the humanistic perspective of Erich Fromm, who, in his book, The Art of Loving, suggests that love is not just an emotion, but a skill that requires practice, patience, and commitment. Fromm distinguishes between mature and immature love, where mature love is characterized by care, responsibility, respect, and knowledge, rather than mere possession or dependency. For Fromm, love is an art, something that can be cultivated and developed over time. He argues that true love is about giving rather than receiving, about nurturing the growth of another person while also nurturing our own. In this sense, love becomes an active, creative process, a way of being that enhances our humanity. Finally, in our digital age, love is increasingly mediated by technology. Online dating, social media, and virtual communication have changed the way we form and maintain relationships. Philosophers and sociologists alike are exploring how these changes affect our understanding of love, raising questions about authenticity, connection, and the impact of technology on our emotional lives. Modern philosophical perspectives remind us that love is not a static concept but a dynamic, evolving force that reflects the complexities of human life. Whether it's through the existential tension of freedom and dependence, the humanistic practice of love as an art, or the challenges and opportunities of love in a digital world, our understanding of love continues to grow, adapting to the ever-changing landscape of modern existence.